welcome to our short podcast on Power of Hope. And it was a very inspiring discussion back there on this WAVE conference. So, yes, we were wondering, Iceland, usually it's bringing a lot of good stories about, inspiring women days off. We liked that a lot. So, what are the things you thought changed maybe after Iceland ratified Istanbul Convention in your particular work you're doing with women and girls, or can you share something with us?
Yeah, so I have to say, we haven't eliminated sexual violence. It's still a pandemic in Iceland, as in other countries, and we do not understand. We have gained this equality in so many areas, but the sexual-based violence, gender-based violence still persists, and it's a big problem. So we are trying many things. We are trying to mobilize the women's movement for awareness raising, for the demand of having more education in school. We are trying to figure out new ways of getting justice in these matters to prevent them happening again. We have the justice system, and then we have the street justice.
I like a lot this
And
yes,
maybe we could find
yeah.
some middle ground,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
restorative justice.
Yes,
That's some ideas we have, because women, the system, the judicial system isn't built for women. Never has, never giving them justice. But we have to keep pushing the systems.
So can you elaborate a little bit? It's an interesting term, street justice. How does this work in Iceland?
Well, what we have seen when women are sexually abused, been raped or harassed or something, how does justice feel for them? And very often they don't want their perpetrator to go to jail, but they want some consequences. They want recognition of the violence and that it has some consequences. It's very tough to go through the judicial system. And we actually won a case from the European Court of Human Rights recently, where it says that the Icelandic judicial system didn't offer, failed women. We can just put it that way. So we have the official system. Many women don't want to go through that. Only about 10% press charges in Iceland. Maybe it's someone you know. Maybe you're afraid of your own social situation. So we have to have some alternative justice.
Okay.
So the street justice, that's when you go out, to the social media or something, say this man raped me, and you have to put yourself on the table and take the consequences of that, which are often brutal, through comments, section, etc.
Yeah.
So we are thinking, can we have something in the middle?
Yeah.
Can we have some judicial system with a social aspect, where you can go to some middle link to say, my uncle abused me. I demand that he says he did it, he confesses to his family. I demand that he never comes into family gatherings again. And I demand that he seeks help for himself. Something like that.
Okay.
How does justice look for me?
For me, yeah.
Can I have some way to get that justice? So that is one idea we are working on now, because we know that the official judicial system doesn't work for women, never has, never will, and we know that the street justice isn't working either.
But another inspiring story, even if it's a little bit not older, but you have it for some time, is how you succeed to bring so many brilliant women leaders into the politics, so then they can change legislation from that. So in a way, it was maybe it wasn't at the beginning a friendly environment for women. So how did you change this perspective in Iceland?
Through the critical mass. I mean, it's not enough to have one woman here and one woman there, or even two women. We have to have more women who support each other, who know that, you have to have the critical mass of women to change anything. That being said, I would like to see more changes with women in power, We'd like to have more, like a focus on women's issue from the women in power.
But still, to have more women elected, you need to have a system working for them in terms of, if you don't have, for example, in Romania, you don't have the zipper system, you don't have women on eligible places, so it's kind of difficult to have women elected if they are very good and very professional. So I knew about. I think your friends spoke about establishing a political party for women or equality party or something like that, who challenge the status quo of women in other political parties.
That's actually what we did in Iceland.
Yeah.
Back in the 1982, we established the Women Party, and they gained a momentum, which meant that the other parties became afraid, so they started putting forward women in other parties, so women shouldn't only vote for the Women's Party, and it's changed the political landscape in Iceland. It really did. They, of course, didn't have any money, the women, but they had a sense of humor, which is very important.
Yeah.
And they had, the happiness of and hope of change. So they made a small miracle, and of course we, the women of today, stand on their shoulder.
I think it's very interesting what you're mentioning here are the kind of soft skills we need to be able to change the environment in which we were working, in terms like first our internal state of mind, and then this combination of justice with social part like street justice. I like it very much. So there are still a lot of, not many, but several countries who have signed but didn't dare to ratify yet Istanbul Convention. So if you would take something which has inspired you for Iceland and you would recommend to other countries to make this step forward, what would it be?
The union of women's movement. Be generous with your ideas. Invite others to join your projects always, and build up unions and have a lot of good parties to build unions.
How? What would be your definition of a good party?
Where women come together, discuss ideas, discuss, how to move forward, and enjoy each other's company.
Well, that's good advice, even for countries who have ratified the convention. So we would use it. Thank you very much for your time. And